Somewhere beyond the recesses of time and space, two podcasters are set adrift in a machine, picking up transmissions of movies that are forgotten but not gone.
Welcome to Movie Memory Machine 5-4, the mini-series where we bring you 5 films thematically related to the film we're talking about on the main feed. This week, we are going to get meteorized with some films about Meteor Man. I am your host, Landon Solano, joined always by my co-host, Truman Caps. Truman, it's good to see you.
Landon, it's out of this world to be seen. Hey, Landon, I gotta ask you a question that I've been wanting to ask for a very long time and forgot to ask on the other episodes. What tastes better, a moon rock or an earth rock?
I'm going to go with Moon Rock because it's the name of a Talking Head song.
You're right, but for the wrong reasons. A moon rock tastes better because it's a little meteor. So, Landon, what movies have you got for me today that the machine has decided are thematically related to the Meteor Man?
All right, the machine has picked 5 films. Let's get going with our first one.
Blankman. Okay, now, I know that this is another black superhero movie from around the same time period, but I don't know much beyond that. Educate me about Blankman.
Okay. The year after, it stars Damon Wayans, star of the last movie we did.
Yes.
And David Alan Grier. They play brothers.
King.
And Daryl is who Damon Wayans is playing. It's like maybe not a caricature that we would like in 2025. I think to be charitable, let's call him, as the Letterboxd review here does, childlike. He's a childlike man, but also a genius at inventing things.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's fun.
So he wants to be a superhero. He loves Bruce Lee, and he invents this serum that can make anything bulletproof. And so he creates costumes for him and his brother to go out and fight crime. And it's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
What was it about the like this particular time period and the idea of a really dorky, childlike black guy who has like weird inventions that give him superpowers? I'm talking about Stefan Urkel, obviously, and his and the weird device that he invents that transforms him. Well, I mean, Steve Urkel invents the device that transforms him into Stefan Urkel, the cool version of himself.
He also invents a robot version of himself at one point. So
great, cool. Make that money. Make that money. However, you can keep that show on the air for another season. We couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, this comes out 1 year after Meteor Man. It's definitely playing in the in living color pool a little bit. Jason Alexander is in this.
Is he the Wallace Shawn? Is he the token white guy in this?
No. This is another one that is a little goofier. I don't think it's playing on the heartstrings the way that Meteor Man is. Yeah. But it's still got heart to it. There's some pretty from my memory, there's some pretty like moments that could impact a younger viewer.
How much of a younger viewer were you the last time you saw Blankman?
Oh, last time I saw Blankman? Much, at least 20 years.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we'll see. Your mileage may vary on how much emotional impact you get from Blankman.
I mean, yeah, a younger viewer. I was 13 when this movie came out.
Nice. So, youth.
Blankman, will you?
Blankman.
Let's keep going.
I probably won't, but go on. Okay, Hollywood Shuffle, directed by Robert Townsend. This is a movie that I have heard is really good. And when the machine gave us the Meteor Man, I thought I should watch Hollywood Shuffle, and then time makes fools of us all. Tell me about Hollywood Shuffle.
Just seminal comedy of the 80s. This is just, you had the kind of Eddie Murphy lane of comedy that was happening in the 80s, and I think because this movie comes out in 87, long after Murphy has made his impact, and it kind of introduced a different kind of comedy that was refreshing and just very unique to Robert Townsend. And you get glimpses of it. I don't know why. My voice just went like
Glimpses.
You get
just really just tearing into that scenery.
It's like I became a Ren and Stimpy character all of a sudden. You get
More
glimpses of it.
Ren.
You get glimpses of it in Meteor Man, but this is just a pure film. He's basically like trying to break into Hollywood. It's all these like little vignettes that are poking fun at African American and black stereotypes from the Hollywood films that, from the decades that preceded it. It's kind of a vignette-y sort of movie. It's frothy and light, but doesn't hold back on its commentary. It's such a, you know what? I would say it's a souffle.
Oh, okay. So if you make too much noise around it, it collapses.
Well, maybe not.
No.
It's Hollywood souffle.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, well, I like the idea of, I would like the idea of seeing a Robert Townsend movie that kind of like applies his comic sensibility, but maybe in a more focused way, because it seems like he had a clearer idea of the message he was trying to send here than something with like Meteor Man, which could get a bit muddled at times.
Yeah, absolutely. So I Hollywood Shuffle, absolutely recommend to anybody if you haven't seen this one yet.
Beautiful. Be Kind, Rewind. So, okay, this is a movie about community coming together and rallying around the most important of all cultural institutions, which is a video store. And I'm going to be honest, I remember not super liking this movie, but I think it has a sweet thing going on about it. It's like it has sweetness at its heart.
Yeah, I remember this is one of those movies that I really enjoyed this. I might even own this on Blu-ray, or did at one point. But what I remember the disappointment being was like, I liked so much watching their made-up versions of their films that I wanted that. I just wanted like a bootleg VHS tape of them making movies and not like an actual story behind it. So I think if I re-engage with this as a more mature person and setting aside those expectations, that I would have liked this a lot more, and I think I will like it a lot more if I watch it again. The inventiveness of it is just so great, though.
I would be interested to see how this movie ages, because it came out at a time when, like, Michel Gondry, who came out of making music videos and very surreal things like that, this is sort of like the next evolution of the twee era. I mean, it feels like of a piece with kind of the vibes of Brothers Bloom, which we covered a couple weeks back. Like, well, there you go. I don't know. I'd just be interested to see how this movie holds up where we are today. If this movie's kind of sweetness and innocence, which I think it kind of shares with Meteor Man in that way, like, feels as refreshing now, in our cynical era.
It's a great question. That's one of the things that stuck out to me about it over all these years. And like, memory does a weird thing to your experience with a movie. Where at the time, I remember being aware of like, oh, this is literally doing the community comes together trope to ward off the big corporation.
Yeah.
And at the time, kind of being like, okay, all right, but it's got such a good heart, whatever.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I think I would respond to that more, as we talked about in the main episode of Meteor Man. Like, maybe this film ages into its relevance.
Interesting. Yeah, in the way that the movie Simone, which is about artificial intelligence actors, kind of could have aged into relevance if it had been about anything at all. Yeah.
Yes. Well, as we're still in the era where we're talking about the potential AI actress, Tilly, that is out there.
Yeah, sucks really bad. Don't like it, and by it I mean Tilly.
Maybe you will like the next movie.
The Mask. Somebody stop you from suggesting this. Goofy superhero from 1994. It's a kids movie.
Kind of.
I'm interested to think about, like, could you make The Mask today?
No, I don't think you can, and it's been proven already by the son of The Mask, which is The Mask 100% succeeds for whatever little bit that it does, purely because of Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And there is no other performer like Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
So I do not think this film exists in any kind of successful way. The only way you'd be able to do it is an animated film and get not like a Ryan Reynolds to do the voice.
Not Chris Pratt.
Not Chris Pratt. Get like an actual Billy West, performer, a Mark Hamill to do it.
Yeah. Somebody with... I could see the... But it would have to be like a 2D animation. Like, I don't even want this as CGI. Right. I want this as like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Well,
I think that could
existed.
Well, then bring it back. I would like it again, please. Everything from my childhood, bring back.
If you did this in the like Spider-Verse style, I think it'd be a really interesting thing. I just don't think it has the IP value to put that kind of resource into it. But
because the Spider-Verse movies like have a lot of emotional weight and resonance and are about things, and I just don't know that The Mask is about anything other than like, check it out, he's doing weird stuff.
I'm talking about the cartoony style of it, where you throw a bagel into the background and it just says, bagel when it hits someone's head.
Yeah, like, one of the greatest moments in cinema, yeah.
That's the sort of tone that The Mask needs. Mm-hmm. And mirroring it with the big adventure that style can, embrace. Also, another reason you couldn't do this in 2025 is zoot suits are very out.
Boy, this really hit the strain of Jim Carrey blowing up and the swing dancing resurgence, just kind of at that, like they hitched their wagon to a star and went into outer space with Meteor Man.
But this is a kind of offbeat, non-marquee name superhero in kind of urban setting vibe. This is I was watching Meteor Man and The Mask in the same weekend, I'm sure.
It's a hell of a weekend. Your parents must have loved all the different quotes you were dropping.
Meteor Mask. Shall we move on to the next film, or does this need more connective tissue?
No. Somebody should stop you. Go on. I made that joke twice.
More spicy meatballs.
Don't care.
You're gonna do the heavy lifting on this next one.
All right. Spider-Man 2, ladies and gentlemen. There's one good superhero movie. There's two good superhero movies. Spider-Man 2 and Mystery Men, and we can talk about Mystery Men later. Spider-Man 2 is just it's like the Don Cheadle of movies.
We've covered Spider-Man 1 on our Suit to Freak episode.
Yes.
Now we're talking about Superman. Now we're talking about Spider-Man 2. And there's a very specific reason I think the machine pulled this one for us. And I want to investigate that. But before we do that, because we have a few extra minutes here, I want to ask you about the discourse about this being the best superhero movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Or has everyone convinced themselves that it's true?
No, Landon. It's like I watched this movie when it came out in 2004, and I was like, "Holy shit! This is like one of the best superhero movies I've seen." And I watched it like 2 years ago, whilst dealing with COVID. But like it wasn't like feverish or anything. I was just like, "Well, I'm locked in my room to not get anybody else sick. I may as well watch Spider-Man 2." And I was like, "Holy shit! This is one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen." It tells much like Meteor Man, it tells a story that is rooted in character and like an internal struggle and struggling with the mantle of being a superhero and what the hero means to the community and how the community rallies around the hero. I think, of course, of the scene where he saved all the people on the elevated train, but his mask comes off, but all of the New Yorkers look away from him because they want to preserve his anonymity and they want to help him. Like It is a character who's like put upon and kicked in the face constantly throughout the movie and ultimately rises up. And it's just, it doesn't have a lot of dumb, stupid bullshit in it. It's just not like, ooh,
Truman, he dances to, I don't know, this is the one that has the disco song in it.
No, this isn't the one where he's dancing. That's Spider-Man 3. That's the bad Spider-Man movie. That's
the emo one. There's still a dance sequence in this movie.
Is there? I don't believe there's a
Yes.
dance sequence in Spider-Man 2.
I'm pretty sure there is.
There's a scene where J. Jonah Jameson it briefly relents on not liking Spider-Man, but then he realizes that Spider-Man has broken into the Daily Bugle offices to steal back his Spider-Man suit, and he looks up at the camera at the window that Spider-Man has escaped through, and he screams, "I want Spider-Man," and then an issue of the Daily Bugle goes spinning up to the camera with "He's back" as the headline, and then Spider-Man flies through the fucking newspaper, and you're following along with him as he's flying through the streets of the city, and then we pull back and we see that all of the stuff that we was seeing was reflected in Alfred Molina's mirrored sunglasses, and then they have like a 12-minute long fight that is one of the most exciting fight scenes I've ever seen in a superhero movie. I'm sorry. Just watch Spider-Man 2 and then watch Mystery Man and Meteor Man, and you don't have to watch any other superhero movies because you've seen the best ones. I should have made that more of a discussion, but I'm simply not willing to hear the suggestion that this movie is not the best one.
No. I'm not going to argue it. I'm just like, it seems like one of those things where it's discourse as meme, and I don't know if it is something that is true or if it's just something people like to repeat.
This movie objectively absolutely holds up. It is really good, and it is a breath of fresh air as a story in this genre, in the same way that Meteor Man is, but a much stronger film that is more cohesive throughout.
There is a scene in this, the raindrops keep falling on my head scene.
Well, that's a montage set to Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. And there's a great freeze frame of him taking a huge bite of a hot dog. Why not more movies like this?
I don't know. All right, I'm not going to argue. I was just kind of curious. But, yeah, great. Those are 5 films for Meteor Man. If you don't want to just watch Meteor Man 5 times, which is what I want to do. And I might do that right after we finish recording here.
Yeah, or watch Spider-Man 2 5 times for the equivalent of 10 Spider-Mans. That's how it works, right?
We're gonna end the Meteor Man series on a math joke.
Yeah, but a poorly done math joke, so it's on brand.
All right, well, until Friday when we bring you a new film for Truman Caps, I have been Landon Solano.
And for Landon Solano, I've been Truman Caps. See you next week.
Movie Memory Machine is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpod to keep the machine running. Theme song by Porky's Groove Machine. Rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. For more information on today's show, visit moviememorymachine.com.